There's something that happens in between the situation and the emotion, and that's Hi, I'm Nicole Justine Reed. You have emotions. I have emotions. We all have emotions. And sometimes we know what they are, what's going on. We understand them. We know how to process them. And other times we're just like, oh my gosh, and we end up reacting in ways where maybe later on we're not thrilled about, and we don't even understand why. So today I want to talk a bit about understanding your emotions, because for me at least it really helps to understand kind of the behind the scenes, or like what things are going on for me to make sense of a situation. So emotions are energy in your body, right? So they're this energy that comes through in sensation. So it comes through viscerally, physically in your body, but it's energy, and it can get stuck if we don't process it out properly. And it's valuable. It gives you information as to what is going on for you at that time, right? So when we feel anger, for example, usually our boundaries are being crossed, or something isn't like sitting with us well, and the anger spurs us to create more clarity around that situation. And sadness, or sorrow or despair can be a result of loss, right? Or of sort of something missing, or something being painful in some way, right? And there's this whole spectrum of emotions, as you well know. So we'll go into that probably another time. But today what I want to focus on is just really understanding what your emotions are, so you can kind of take the mystery out of it, a little bit of the like, oh God, my emotions. Because for some of you, it might be just really scary. It might be really hard to go into those places of emotions. So you stay in your mind, and you stay in this space where you want to make decisions and interact in the world in this place, but you're missing out on this whole world of integration and being that lives in your body through your sensations, right? And through your emotions. So a situation happens. Someone says something to you, something happens and you witness it, you interact with something, right? A situation. And you have an emotion about that situation, right? You react to it positively, negatively. We use these words very vaguely here, but you react to it in a way through your emotions towards that situation. But there's something that happens in between the situation and the emotion, and that's your thought. So your emotions actually get filtered through your belief system. I'm going to say that again. Your emotions are filtered through your belief system. So if we slow it down, a situation happens, you have a thought, conscious or unconscious, about that situation based on your belief system. This is your filter. And then you emotionally react to that situation, right? So this is why several people can have totally different emotional reactions to the exact same situation, because their perspective is different. The belief systems are different. So yes, it is very important to pay attention to your emotions, and there are ways in which this is extremely important, but this might be for another video. But what I want you to understand today is that piece in between, right? That your emotions are actually probably a little bit less a reaction to the situation and more of a reaction to your belief about that situation. So someone might say something to you, like, this is the worst thing you've ever done. And you may believe that you're a terrible person. And now they've just said this thing to you, and now they know that you're a terrible person, and you feel pain, or you feel anger, or if you feel threatened or triggered, or like, it's like fear comes up and you have this sort of reaction in your body and you're like, oh my God, right? Or maybe someone says that to you, but you believe you're a good person, and you believe like, whatever, we all make mistakes, all cool, like life is good, flowing, whatever. And you can see that this person is triggered because of their own belief system, because you have this awareness. And so your belief system is still like, everyone's doing their best, right? And everyone is good. And so when they say you did this horrible thing, you might say, well, that's kind of interesting. And maybe your reaction is more uplifting, or maybe it's more curious, or maybe it's totally neutral, right? And then you're able to have that conversation with that person and be like, well, what do you mean? And, what's your perspective on that? Because they're in their own emotion around their own belief system, around the interchange between the two of you too. So I hope this has been helpful to understand your emotions a bit better. They are energy in your body. They are filtered through your belief system or your thoughts, which, by the way, can be changed. And they're extremely valuable information as to what's going on for you in that moment. They may spur you to specific action. But the action I would actually point you towards first and foremost is examining your beliefs. Because if we react from anger, for example, just from the anger, we might end up making more of a mess. But if we examine the anger, what is the belief behind it, and then take action around that belief, whether we need to change the belief or whether we actually need to do something, and then we've examined that our belief is something that we like around this, right? That can give you a bit more choice, power, clarity in your life going forward so that you can live the life that you choose to be living and not just be reactive towards it. Until next time, enjoy understanding your emotions, play with it a little bit more, and post in the comments below what you've been noticing about your emotions if you want to. Have a great day.